Hey everybody, this is TMG Podcast. This is episode 80. This is April 26th. It's a Sunday. This is Carlos, and with me as well.
Yo, hello.
And Miggy.
Hello.
And as the usual, and have you all watched... Well, before we start, though, has everybody watched Avengers?
Yes, I have. I have.
So we're all good.
And
all good.
And I didn't like it
Good?
as much as I liked the first one, but I liked it.
I liked it better than the first one, in terms of like actions and characters.
I liked Avengers too. I think I go with Will as well. Because, you know, I don't know, it was a lot of great action in the second one, but the first one, it was complete. It felt like more of a complete movie.
Oh
like
yeah,
a perfect movie.
the pacing of Avengers 2 was really weird.
It was, they tried to push so much into such a small, 2-hour film.
And they overhyped the villain. He didn't come off as threatening as everything made him out to be.
That's actually my biggest problem, Ultron in itself. But this is not a podcast about Marvel.
Podcast.
I just wanted to throw it out there right away because Avengers 2 came out and everybody was talking about it, so might as well. Because I watched it on day one, like right off the bat. You should go, guys.
Where's the
check it out.
Avengers
Definitely a
2
pretty good
video game?
Definitely entertaining for sure.
Was
it ever announced though?
Was there?
I don't think so.
That's true. There's
none.
No
there wasn't even one for the
tie-in.
first game, for the first movie. We never got a game for that.
But yeah, I mean,
Marvel's being smart. That's my call on it.
It's so easy though, right?
Yeah.
Just make it like
so
the Ultimate Alliance or something again.
But go watch the movie though. It's still fun for 2.5 hours. Yeah.
I want to watch it again. Like it's that entertaining. Like, but if you want to start comparing, we're gonna be here for like 2 hours. Because of it's hard to explain. But Avengers out. But this is a podcast about video games, and there's a lot we have to tackle this week. There's a lot that was announced, and
there's quite a few announcements. And we got some reader.
Yeah, quite a few announcements. Yes, we got reader mail, so we have a lot to cover as well. We got reader mail, which we'll tackle in a bit. But Will, let's just go straight to the impressions on what we're playing for the week. How are you with, like, you're still playing Bloodborne, right?
I still am playing Bloodborne. I think I'm about, I don't know. I don't know if I'm about halfway or not. I think this game is so big that I'm not sure at what point of the game I'm in. But I just did some optional areas. I'm pretty much settled in on my build already. And I'm just progressing through the story, as I right now, and it's getting to the point when like it's moving away from the Castlevania-ish feel, and turning more into the Cthulhu-ish feel. You know that point in the game, what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So I'm taking that as I'm sort of around the halfway point, but I'm not sure yet how much is left to go. But still enjoying it tremendously, and oddly enough, my girlfriend is also enjoying it a lot. Like she enjoys watching me play and exploring the new areas because like it's a new experience for both of us, and it's got such a great But I think Bloodborne has one of the best atmospheres in any Souls-esque game.
It's a better Castlevania game than Lords of Shadow.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's true.
Oh, come on.
Dude, if you get to play that rat segment in 2...
You're going to judge a whole game for that rat segment.
Because that is the whole game. That's the problem.
Rat segment and Space Marines in Castlevania.
Okay, I have to get around to play. I think I can...
And we actually have to get around to finishing our playthrough of it. We started it out, and then I think we beat the first boss, and then we stopped. We haven't played it since then.
Yeah, that lady face.
Speaking of Castlevania, I think one day, if God's permit, that we get an actual like traditional bare bone Castlevania game.
Like
Oh,
the
Since you
NES
mentioned it, like
arcade style one.
arcade, Symphony of the Night, whatever, just no more twist, just Castlevania.
Oh, like a next gen Metroidvania, basically. But
Yeah, why
we've
not?
actually been getting a lot of games like that, but just they aren't Castlevania.
Yes, I mean, like, why don't the one who started this all just throw us one? Why not? Like, I think I've been asking for that for quite a while, and as much as I'm getting that satisfaction of playing that specific game through indie games or whatever, I think Castlevania should just stop and just go back to its roots, just like how other old franchises are doing it now.
I wouldn't even mind another 3D one, honestly, but like they gotta just go back to the whole vampire hunting shtick instead of this weird semi-science fiction thing they got going on.
It's hard to say like Castlevania should go back to its roots because it's essentially three different genres now. You have the 2D NES arcade difficulty one, the Metroidvania one, and then
the 3D one.
the 3D one now.
That's true.
Okay, so I guess the best way to answer it is like the 2D one. 'Cause
Yeah, but
why
there's
not?
two of
Yeah.
those. The Metroidvania one and the classic one.
Okay, fine.
So
The
you still have
Metroid
to
one.
pick. Yeah.
I'll go for I'll pick that then. I'll be more specific. But my point is no more God of War-ish Castlevania. That's really what I'm trying to say.
I guess you can't out God of War in that sense. But yeah, back to Bloodborne. I'm like settled on my build. I'm going with a strength-based build, so I just got the Wheel of Logarius, which is
The whale.
the
I remember those.
which is a really odd weapon the first time you get it, and you look at it and you're like, it's a bloody wheel. But then I actually got to use it. I'm like, wow, okay, this thing isn't bad.
How many hours are you in? Because I don't know. For me, I've been playing Bloodborne for a while. I still play Bloodborne every now and then, just for the sake. Because thankfully, the Chalice dungeons are not. It doesn't feel like it's burning out anytime soon.
No, yeah. I haven't actually done the Chalice dungeons yet. Like, I mean, there's still so much of the story I have to explore through. Luckily, they just released a new patch, which has significantly cut down the loading times, and
Which makes it feel like a different game for me.
in a game where you die a lot and you reload a lot, it's a godsend, really.
Yeah, it really is. It's less time contemplating about your mistakes.
And did you
That's what
notice?
it is.
Did you notice also that now instead of just the logo, there's it's like little information about items that you can read when you
Yeah, I
load
know.
the game.
I know. It's the weirdest 3 gig patch of ever. That was the most essential one. Like whoever buys Bloodborne at this point, don't play it as is. Just download
Get
the
the patch,
patches,
yeah.
and then you'll have a better experience of Bloodborne. Yeah, get the patches, because that loading time is pretty painful. And it goes to show though that Bloodborne, the team who's making Bloodborne, they were really pressured because that's a simple thing to put in a game.
Yeah,
Like
it
splash information
that and just
on loading screen.
optimizing the loading aspect of it too. I mean, I sort of understood why it took a while because it was literally reloading the entire stage. Everything you break, all the enemies, right? But I guess they figured out a way to optimize it better, which is a good thing. So yeah, I'm
Because if you go to the hub, it's shorter.
much shorter. Yeah. So there's still a few weird things that I'm wondering about in Bloodborne, like I don't know if it's a secret thing or not, but at some point, I know there's a secret third ending that you can get, but I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to, if I should go through that or should I just do that, save that for another playthrough, because I know the build I have now it's not really the most optimal build now that I think about it, but it was what I built it to, so I'll stick to it for the moment. But I think if I were to play again, I'd go for a more, say, try skill-based build, I guess, rather than a strength-based build. Because I feel like I'm losing out on the hit regeneration. Like, you know how when you take damage and then there's a short period of time when you
Oh yeah, because your weapons are essentially really short. I mean, your swings are very wide and long, so you can't really maximize it. Yeah.
So that's what I learned a little bit too late. But so if I were to play again, I'd probably try to go for a skill-based build using the threaded cane and what other weapons there are for that sort of thing. But and also play a little bit more with firearms, because at the moment I'm just using the pistol for stunning, and that's about it. I don't really use the firearm.
That's essentially what it is, really.
Right, but there are like I think you can actually build around the firearm, because I've seen like you can get a cannon, you can get rifles and stuff. So I don't know if that kind of a build is viable or not, but it might
I'm
be
playing for a couple of times. So.
It might be interesting to see if those sort of.
You can use that build. There's a stat called Blood Tinge, and there are weapons that are based on like bullets. Like when you switch the weapon, like that rifle spear, it comes out as a spear. But if you press the trick weapon, it will shoot a gun or a bullet as it transforms. So
there. But yeah, that's Bloodborne. I'm hoping I can get done with it by the end of the month, and then I can write the review already for it. But that'll be coming quite soon, hopefully.
Yeah, Will's doing the full review of Bloodborne. I was lucky enough to actually try out a game called Dying Light.
This is the zombie parkour game, right?
Yeah, this is Dead Island. It's not Dead Island.
Dead Island 2, the real.
No, this is actually what Dead Island was supposed to be.
It was made by the same guys too, so.
Pretty much. I turned off when they announced Dying Light. I was like, it just sounds like the same thing, but a little bit of a twist. Like there's a day and night cycle, whatever, yada yada. I played around with it on my PS4. It's actually if you play Dying Light, there's no reason to play Dead Island. Actually, like this is actually a way better experience. You still can play with like 3 other people if you'd like to, and this process is more challenged and there's less bugs. And it's actually more fun and more responsive thanks to the climbing mechanic of the game, and the day and night cycle where day it's okay, and night it's more harder and there's more monsters that really kick your ass. I'm having a lot of fun with it, surprisingly enough. Like it's not that enticing in terms of the story. It's a basic there's a virus that showed up. Everybody's dying, but it's only a specific area. It's not like the whole world's infected. Right. It's like I don't know if it's the government or the rest of the world that did it, but they pretty much closed off or quarantined the whole city. No one can go in, no one can go out. And then now they're deciding to either bomb the place or just constantly hope that that the people surviving that disease will survive, wait it out and survive. So they're constantly dropping airdrops for supplies to keep them alive and whatnot. So essentially, you're just guy, I'm not too sure, some kind of agent trying to find specific documents, and be somewhat like a pseudo double agent trying to win the trust of the communities there in the city. And it's okay. It's the story is so-so. It's not really pushing me forward, but it's more of the gameplay in itself, trying to survive going through. And then it feels better with the whole scavenging. You have to go through the trash cans to fix your weapons, or go through baskets to find gauze or whatever. There's a crafting mechanic here, and this is actually, the weapons are actually much more cooler, especially the melee ones, because there's only a small amount of there's only a finite amount of times you can repair your weapon until, like, if it's like the specific club has only 2 repairs left, and it only has 2 times you can repair it, and if you run out of repairs, it's already done. You have to get another weapon. You're not stuck to just that one specific item. You have to use it. Runs out.
Is the
find another
crafting
one.
similar to like how Dead Island's crafting was for weapons, where like if you got a base weapon and then you like added on stuff to it, or
Pretty much. Like if you got a baseball bat or something blunt, you can put nails on it and it has bleeding.
Yeah. Okay.
Same stuff. You're not really losing much. If you play Dead Island, you pretty much know what's going on. I think the biggest change, I guess, is the parkour, or like the climbing.
Yeah.
Which is not that fluid as, let's say, Mirror's Edge. It's not, it's simply like press R1, you climb. Press R1, you climb again.
Right.
It's not free flowing. It's not fluid.
There's a parkour
like
button.
Edge. Yeah, it's like Assassin's Creed. Like if you hold R1, you just keep on climbing, And if you do that, you might just Oh yeah, it's exactly like Assassin's Creed because there's actually if you're on the top of a building, and if you jump off the building and if you land on a specific
on garbage. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you're doing a what's it called in Assassin's Creed again?
Parkour.
Leap of
Eagle
Faith.
dive.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, Eagle Dive. Yeah.
Something like that.
Leap of Faith. They go to instead of landing on hay, you land on garbage or you land on. I think sometimes I see bed mattresses in the floor. I mean, in the open street, so I can land there. Or cars, especially vans. If you can actually survive if you jump on a car. I don't know why.
Yeah, I think as long as you don't land on the floor itself, you don't take any damage, no matter how high.
Mm.
How big is the game compared to the Dead Island? Like, if you ever played it, like
I think. Well, I don't know. I haven't gone to a point where. I think I'm in the first half of the game still, and I haven't gone to a point where I have to like transport. It transports me to a different map.
Oh, okay.
But so far, I'm in the same map. I'm not too sure if this is the whole map for the whole game or not. But I've been playing it for maybe I've been playing every now and then, so maybe around 8 hours so far, and it seems pretty big. I can't say it's bigger than Dead Island for sure, but it's not segmented like in Dead Island where you go to this area, it loads, and then there's like your small section of the map, and then if you want to go back to where you started, you have to load again. No, it feels like more of an open world game.
All right.
I don't know long if this is it.
Have you been able to try it with other players yet, or
No,
has it been okay?
no, my internet's like shit. Thanks PLDT. Yeah. Like there's an option like a drop in drop out option just like in Dead Island. You can
Right.
filter that. You can do it. I just haven't bothered doing it because I can't even message someone in the PS4 because it's just that bad right now. Anything multiplayer, I'm trying to like stay away in any game. But there's a cool mechanic though where you can get invaded at night. I still don't know what that means yet. Like a zombie, it's called a zombie invasion. I don't know what it is yet. Side quests are MMO side quests. Nothing too interesting about that one. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm actually putting a little bit of some kind of challenge into playing it. Like I'm not gonna use guns, for example.
Oh, okay.
It's just no. You can. There's guns there. It's very scarce and everything, but I'm just keeping it challenging for me because it seems a little bit easy, even though I put it on hard. So, I'm not using guns. I have a specific amount of items that I can carry because apparently you can carry like at maximum 99, and it doesn't make any sense. Like because there's an item called firecrackers that can pretty much distract zombies. You can apparently carry 99 of them. So
Wow.
I'm just gonna put it in the bag. There's a storage and. So I'm filtering the difficulty to make it a little bit interesting. And yeah, we'll see by next week. I'll be honest with you. Like the story is so bad to the point that I've fallen asleep at least last Wednesday.
Oh, wow.
I was playing and I fell asleep because granted I was tired, but to the point where I woke up in the morning and my guy is still there, just staring in the sunset. Apparently, that does not happen to me. Maybe I was just super tired, but that was just funny. Like I just dozed off. But there, Dying Light. Apparently, it's not available in Xbox 360 and PS3. It's only for PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
And not Wii U.
Not Wii U. No bugs so far. Not like Dead Island. So
but that's
they
good
definitely know
because
how to do it.
I really love the idea of Dead Island, and we all saw that amazing trailer that set the expectations I think a bit too high for that.
A bit too high, yeah.
For what that game actually delivered. So this sounds like a good step up from Dead Island, but do you feel like it could still be better? Like
Actually, I think it could be better. Maybe based on story and making more interesting characters. But I think they've already established a better, I can't say formula, more like a better base for the gameplay. Like this feels much more solid, much more responsive compared to Dead Island or even Riptide. It's less RPG-ish. It's like you don't see freaking the numbers fly whenever you hit them anymore.
right.
So it's not that kind of game. It's not based on leveling or anything. Because you level up for like speed or survival and I think power. There's like 3 branches, but that's just to give you extra like abilities, not really improve your character, like more damage with your blunt weapons. No, It's like you get additional like better abilities or moves. Like you can somewhat like double jump on zombies' heads or whatever. Like just extra things you can do when you play the game. It's not really more like, oh, I have a better character, I'm level whatever. It's not that kind of game. Mings, what about you?
For the most part of this week, I've just been editing a lot of videos that I've had stored up from last week.
Oh, you've been busy.
Yeah, most of them have actually been uploaded now, which is good. I think I have to go through maybe 3 more. Other than that, I still have my friend's Vita TV, and I finished Virtue's Last Reward. I got all the endings.
Oh, wow.
I clocked in at around 36 something hours.
I do remember that. It's like you posted like up my first platinum. You platinum that game.
It's my first platinum on not my account. So that's
well, there you go.
That's my payment for borrowing the Vita TV. I give my friend the platinum for that.
You get the trophy and you hand it over to him, and he has no idea why.
Oh yeah, because if you get everything in the game, you basically get the platinum straight up. And if you want to know like all the story bits, you have to get everything.
Wait, how many endings are we talking about here?
I thought it was 19, but it just keeps going after that for maybe another 2 hours.
Wow.
Like a few
Really?
more paths open up, and then you get the full story after that. So yeah, it's technically still 19, but like the last leg keeps going down. Then you get a few more up top. It's great. I hope the third one really comes out, because more or less this is unfinished. Like the story doesn't end. It's just the beginning of another one.
It's always a cliffhanger. And how many hours have you spent on this game? Because if you platinum it, I have to ask, like, what's your game time on this one?
I clocked in at around 36 something hours, maybe 36 and a half.
That's not so bad.
I forget.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
like,
a regular playthrough is what, an hour or two?
I think I spent around the same, like 30 hours at 999. And I didn't go through all the endings. I just got all the base ones because some of them like duplicate.
No, but each playthrough is like what, a good 1 hour game?
It depends because it's all mostly dialogue based, and some legs are longer than others.
Okay.
So,
and then like for those who don't know, this is a visual novel game. Can I say that?
It's a visual novel with room escape puzzles.
Mm. Oh yeah, there is puzzles in the game. And you said you're actually gonna get a PS Vita. Is that still like
Vita TV?
sure?
Oh yeah,
Vita
because
TV, sorry.
I still want to play other Vita games, like Muramasa Rebirth and all that. But I missed out the chance to get this game on PS Plus when it came out. So like this would probably be the only chance I would be able to play it without actually buying the game, which will probably never go on sale ever again.
Well, you never know. It's one of those games that I don't think will be. Well, it will only appreciate in value once you get it.
I could have gotten the 3DS version because it did come out on that first,
Right.
and it looks like a 3DS game, like the way it's presented and all that.
Right.
Yeah.
But apparently the 3DS version has a game-breaking bug in it.
Oh, really?
Like if you save in a certain room without finishing the puzzle, it just blocks your progress. It'll crash every time after that.
All right, let's go and hit the mail sack. I can actually say that now because we actually have some emails.
Yes,
We got some emails to answer, for fuck's sake. Wow.
We do have some emails, and it's been we've been asking you guys for sending us mail. So please keep sending them in, and hopefully we'll get a chance to bring it up on the.
Yeah, anything under the sun, literally. Anything under the sun. You can just email us or hit us on Facebook, hit us on Twitter if you don't want to bother opening your mail and to send us something or kind of a question you want us to tackle. You can email us at the TMG podcast at gmail.com.
Yeah. Preferably,
Some people also have actually sent a couple of like we have how many do we have for this week? And
we just have 2 this week, but preferably, if you're gonna send us something, send us video game related questions or comments, because then this podcast is all about video games after all.
but if you want to know how I'd like to take my scotch, it's fine. Or how many pillows I use when I sleep. I don't know, whatever. It's up to you
How
guys.
many pillows do you use when you sleep?
3.
Me? I use 1. 3? What do you need 3 pillows for?
I'm a baby. Leave me alone, man.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I'm groggy. The level of grogginess that I have, or like bad mood when I wake up, depends on how many pillows are missing. I'll tell you that right now.
All right.
Let's
Okay.
go straight to the email.
Let's go to the mail. So we got one here from Jacob. Hello, Jacob. Thank you for your email. Hey guys, been listening to your podcast for the past couple episodes. I'm wondering if you have any thoughts and comments about Kate Upton's recent endorsement of the mobile Game of War. Yeah, so this was actually a news bit we didn't get a chance to
We
cover.
missed. Yeah, look, he sent that, and I was like, oh wait, we have to check that out. I didn't even know that happened actually.
Yeah, so for those who don't know who Kate Upton is, she's like a super hot swimsuit
You don't
model.
have to say that. Everybody knows who Kate Upton is.
She's a walking
don't have
pair
to
of
explain that
breasts.
And she recently did an endorsement for, not just an endorsement, a Super Bowl endorsement. So a Super
Bowl ad.
commercial for a mobile title called Game of War, which is pretty much a crappy Clash of Clans wannabe.
Is it really that crappy, or we're just assuming it's crappy because it's a clone? I mean,
No, I've heard people say it's pretty bad.
okay.
Like it's just a clone of Clash of Clans
Well,
straight
exactly. Like I don't like Clash of Clans myself. So I mean, when you're making a clone of something I already don't like, to me,
up. Especially when it doesn't do it any better.
But okay, so Kate Upton did the commercial for this for the Super Bowl, and what has happened since is that this game has quickly risen beyond Clash of Clans, and a lot of people are attributing that to this particular ad. And actually, I feel it's weird too because Kate Upton really has nothing to do with this game at all. The game is
Nope.
I mean, she's a pretty face, and that's about it. And this goes to prove sex sells. That's just
That's how marketing works, guys.
it's a sad fact, but that's how it's been. It's probably always going to
Kate Upton sells. Kate Upton sells. I mean,
I think you
really what it is.
You can make an argument like it's a little bit scummy because it's misrepresenting what people are getting into, etc., etc. In a way, yeah. I remember. Do you guys remember like a web game before called Ebony? That they used to have like
I was about to get around to mentioning that, and you beat me to it. It's just the same thing. It's just this one was like, the company just took it to the next level, like maybe 3-4 levels higher to what we'd expect. Bring it to the Super Bowl, and then dump it in a pair of boobs in there, and bam.
No, and I mean they had to spend on this. First they got Kate Upton, then they got it on the Super Bowl. That's big.
Yeah, that too.
That's big money spent, but. Turns out they've made it back in spades. I'm actually reading an article here on from Bloomberg, and it says they're collecting more than $1 million per day. That's insane. That's per day. So
What?
that's $365 million in a year at least. Wow to that guy.
Well, I gotta double check. I was like, yes, that's effective, but if people are actually, this is a freemium game, right? This is a game that you can.
It's free, and then you pay for extra stuff, basically. It's
so
Clash of Clans.
If you're playing it, they might be earning revenue because maybe there's ads in the game, yada yada yada. Maybe, but I don't think that's enough to generate $1 million or that much amount of money. So people are spending.
Yeah.
That's my take in it. So, wow.
Well, remember,
exposure is all you need, really. I guess.
The way these games work is that they know that it's only going to be like if 1% of their total user base are going to be the big spenders, right? So if you want to increase that 1%, you just got to get more people involved into the game. And getting Kate Upton, I guess, to do a commercial for it's one way to go about doing it.
No, that's true. If you actually have 10 people, like for example, if you actually have 10 people and 9 of those people like playing it, or no, 6 people like playing it out of the 10 people, 8 or like 2 other people don't really like it, and then 1 person really, really likes it and wants to spend for it.
Yeah.
That's already a good number. And if you double that, like
you have
2
two
people,
there you go. Right?
you double that, because all you need is that 1%, and that's just enough for freemiums to stay around for years to come. Actually,
I think it's again like so. My final say on this is it's a little bit scummy in a way, but it's how the world works, I guess, and it's been how marketing works for how long. Sex sells.
Yep, and sex sells no matter what. Pair of boobs sells. Because I'm gonna check out that game to see But no, you guys are saying it's the same thing. I've talked to other people. It's the same thing. No, it's just it's a familiar gameplay. It's a familiar game, so it's
Yeah.
not that hard to explain because Clash of Clans pretty much explained that whole concept already in itself.
Right.
And then wow, lucky for them. But yeah, that's our thoughts. I don't know about you, Mickey, but I'm just saying sex sells. What do you want us to say? You should have put Kate Upton. They would have doubled the amount if they asked Kate Upton to actually kiss a girl. And then,
I'm not disagreeing with anyone. What the hell, man? I'm just not saying anything because it's laggy.
I don't know what you said. You didn't say anything, so I was wondering. I was
I tried to say
inviting you
something
in.
a while ago, but the lag didn't let me. But yeah,
PLDT showed
you just
up.
need
so.
to, make an ad for something, and it usually works. It just works better with boobs.
And they're not just getting like gamers who are like, oh, boobs. They're also like the hardcore Kate Upton like followers who are probably gonna support her.
It's like, oh, she likes this thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to like it.
Isn't it the same where like Kim Kardashian's stupid
Yeah,
Apple game?
exactly. That's another example right there. Kim Kardashian.
Because that's generating a lot of revenue. Weirdly enough.
Kim Kardashian's game on the Apple Store and Android stores made a lot of money too, purely because of her. I don't think the game.
No,
I have a colleague at work who plays that religiously, and it's hilarious.
Really?
Yeah.
And Kim Kardashian's following is so big to the point that if Kim Kardashian just mentioned, "Hey, play my game," that's just as strong as having a Super Bowl ad. That's just having a Super Bowl ad because, like, damn.
I remember
follower
talking to some of the IGDA guys, and Marnell mentioned briefly that if Alodia could just mention our game maybe once or twice, it would help a big deal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Any of those like local independent games here in the Philippines, if Alodia just mentions one of them,
I don't even think it needs to be Alodia. You can get Ann Curtis to say one or two things about it. That'd be.
Alodia's more. Well, yes, bagay. They're using Kate Upton.
Alodia's more of a gamer than like the mainstream.
Yeah, but sure. But imagine if you.
Well, they got Kate Upton.
If you get Ann Curtis to say it, you get the whole mainstream crowd checking it out also, right?
If you get Chris Aquino to say it, oh no.
But there you go. That's Kate Upton and Game of War. You can check it out if you want. It's free to download, but
It's exposure. Exposure.
Yeah, and that works for a game that has such a nothing title like Game of War.
Yeah, it doesn't really tell you anything, right?
Oh man, I could barely remember the title itself.
I keep forgetting about it. But okay, yeah, that's our thoughts on it. Let's go to the second one already.
Yeah, we got the second one from Gregorio. Thanks for emailing us, man. Hope you're listening. Hi, guys. Why is it that you guys don't seem to talk so much about Xbox and Xbox One? It seems to me you guys
really
like to talk primarily about the PlayStation systems and rag a lot on the Wii U. Well, primarily that's because none of us own the Xbox One, to be honest.
Well, I own the Xbox 360. Xbox One. No, we're not really dissing Xbox. Well, one, we don't have an Xbox One. None of us have an Xbox One. Two, you tell us. There's not much going on with Xbox aside from the Windows 10
and most of the exclusives we tend to like end up on like PS3 or PS4.
Or they're multi-platform, right?
Yeah, either that or they're multi-platform.
Yeah, and I think the last time
we did talk about Killer Instinct that one time.
Yeah, we did, and we did. We did talk about Killer Instinct. We talked about Halo a couple times as well. So it's not that we're ignoring it. I mean, if we had an Xbox One, I'm pretty sure we would discuss it and our experience with the system, etc. I still have my 360, and I've still got a couple games I have to go through it on that one.
Yeah, I still have my 360 as well. Like, I don't know for what reason my brother-in-law turned on my 360. Apparently, it works, and he wanted to play Left 4 Dead. I mean, it still works. It's still there, and I was that. I just have other things to do.
Yeah,
but
I mean, primarily it's also because like there hasn't been, as far as the 360 at least, there isn't much going on with it anymore. It's a lot of stuff on the Xbox One, and I think we do try to cover the major stuff that goes through. But as far as games go, there just hasn't been anything really exciting going on with Xbox lately.
Yeah, I think the last one we mentioned was Xbox integration with Windows 10.
Yeah.
And it being more of like a cross-play with Xbox One games and PC. Like, I think it's the last thing we talked about when it comes to Xbox. But I do know that since we're talking already about Xbox, that E3 is just around the corner. They are going to go, from what I know, they're going to go super IP centric, like first party IP.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's
From what I know.
That's what they need, because I think that like it's very clear that they're coming out right now on the losing end of this generation. Arguably worse off than the Wii U as far as mindset goes. I don't know about sales, but as far as mindset goes, like the Xbox One doesn't really have the best. It's not really there, right? I mean, it probably has to do. I think, personally, for me, it's a lot to do with the whole marketing fuck up that when it was announced. I think that hurt it quite a lot, and they're feeling it now.
They should have got Kate Upton to promote the Xbox One.
Yeah,
They should have done that, yeah. They would have sold more Kinects if they had Kate Upton
Definitely.
play Dance Central with the Kinect 2.0, and that's fine. Xbox One, though, I think they're feeling the burn now, because during Christmas of last year they had a price cut. Specifically, they had two price cuts actually.
They had to remove. They removed the Wii. The Wii. Sorry. They removed the Kinect from the core system. And that's kind of a big deal.
That was the first price reduction, right?
But
yes,
more than that,
I believe so.
I think more than that also, removing because the whole Xbox experience was so connected to the Kinect. Like without the Kinect, it's basically a lesser powered PlayStation 4 if you think about it. With the Kinect and all the stuff it's supposed to be able to do with
it. When it comes to power, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, I think they're the same. It's very minimal. I don't think you guys can really notice like the Xbox One, the PS5, and let's not talk about the resolution because of like 1080p.
What about the frame rate?
That's just based on how you make the game. I think it's just based. I don't think they have enough IPs. I think that's what it is.
No,
I don't think they have enough risks.
The Xbox One with the Kinect is basically a dance machine.
Yeah, even before with the first Kinect, it's always been a dance machine. No, but when I was going back, when I was saying Xbox One's is feeling the burn, or Microsoft's feeling the burn. Like I said, there were two price cuts. One because of the Kinect, and the second one during Christmas to fight against the PS4 and the Wii U. Now that's gone. Like they're back to their regular price, and then I guess the amount or the sales they had during Christmas is nothing compared to what to the first quarter of this year. So they see a decline. So that's why I say when they feel the burn, because they're still having. I guess they're still struggling to justify the price point of the Xbox One when they go back to regular price without the $50 price cut. So they're just throwing like discounts and bundles every now and then, and that's another thing. They need more bundles, but they need more IPs, like original IPs. But they're just bundling it with like whatever Assassin's Creed or whatever Call of Duty.
Right.
Yeah, like I think after Sunset Overdrive, there hasn't been a really big like Xbox One bundle exclusive.
Yeah, you guys tell us, because I think the only thing that's currently without E3 announcements, Halo and Tomb Raider. I think. Halo and new Tomb Raider is the hot things for Xbox One right now. Sunset Overdrive is already out. There's no talk about the new Gears, but I'm sure Gears will show up eventually.
Gears will show up eventually. Once Halo 5 pops out, I'm sure there'll be a lot of talk about that. So give it some time for Xbox to get in its stride. Once E3, I'm sure we'll talk about a lot about it at E3. And hopefully at some point... one of us will get an Xbox One, and we can, get around to giving our.
I still want to play. It's funny. I want to play Sunset Overdrive so bad, but I know it might come out on PC. I don't know.
It might come out on PC, even Killer Instinct.
We can find Killer Instinct on.
But the point is, we're not really. We're not really dissing out the Xbox. It's just it just so happens that the news isn't so focused on Xbox, and there's not much IPs coming up.
Yeah,
like specifically for Xbox One. So
there you go. So that's our mail for this week. Thanks, guys, for sending that in. And,
that's enough. Yeah.
I hope we get a lot more. Hopefully, we'll have some new ones next week.
The Kinect hasn't come out for PC yet, right?
No, it hasn't, and that's actually surprising considering, Microsoft Windows and everything. They should be able to connect the two somehow. And
maybe they're still trying to make it work for Windows 10.
They couldn't get it working for the bloody Xbox. I mean, much less Windows, even. But when you think about it, once you release something on PC, you let it out to the modders, and they'll fix something up for sure.
They'll fix it. They'll make it amazing.
Something like that.
All right, let's go on to news. Thanks for dropping the emails. Yeah, actually the emails. If you guys have any questions, just send it to us, the TMG podcast at gmail.com. Let's go on to the agenda for this week. We have a pretty long list actually for this week. We're gonna go through it like really fast so we can go through it so everything can be mentioned for this episode. For one, if anybody's actually really excited, there's actually a new Total War coming in, and it's the best kind. It's Total War Warhammer.
That will be amazing, if you ask me.
Do you think it'll be amazing? Like, I'm still trying to think how it's gonna be, but it's a good mix. I'm just hoping that is it Sega or whoever's making the Total War game?
Yes, because it is Sega. I think owns the rights to Warhammer Fantasy, and I think it's a perfect match for the Total War series. Honestly.
Yep, I'm pretty excited how they're gonna do it. I just don't know. I can't really picture it yet because I don't know. This is the first time they're going fantasy. It's not actual like realistic. Not realistic, but like historical.
Well,
in Total War.
It's fantasy still, but you have to remember, like Warhammer, the tabletop game has been around for a while. There's a lot of lore actually built for it, and if you see like people playing the Warhammer board game, like it's literally like armies of guys like doing strategic movements. So I think it's just perfect.
Okay. I never played the actual Warhammer, so yeah. If that's what you say, then cool. But I do think, it's a perfect mix and a perfect match, actually. I can't wait to see anything on Total War Warhammer. Another one, though, that's the next one, Mad Max. We actually finally saw something out of Mad Max. It's supposed to be for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. And it looks nice. Well, especially the car combat. It looks very, very Mad Maxy, I guess I can say.
Yeah, I think the road combat I think needs to be very tight for this game to work. And it looks so far the road combat looks pretty good. Because for me that's what I think of immediately when I think of Mad Max. I think like car combat, and the only game that has been able to do that well was a very
Twisted Metal.
Well, Twisted. Two games then. Twisted. I was thinking of Interstate 76. Do you remember that? That game was from
No. What is that?
Late 90s. It was built by Activision using the MechWarrior 2 engine, but it was car combat.
Okay.
In the alternate 1976. So it was like funk with car combat, I guess. But
my only experience with car combat is Twisted Metal, and it's still Twisted Metal up to this point.
Yeah, the walking around bits from that game look okay. Like the combat didn't look too interesting to me. It looked a lot like Batman style, like one button and another button to counter. But wait and see. Overall, graphically, the game looks great. I just hope that it's got enough time in the oven before the film has come out. Before it's inevitably they're going to release it in time with the film. So I'm hoping it's had enough time in the oven to really work out.
Do the whole polish dance and all that.
Exactly.
No, but like the car combat has to be spot on. It has to be the spotlight and the reason why you want to play Mad Max because it'll be pretty disappointing if walking around exploring the world is actually better than actually getting into your car. Like that's not Mad Max. That's to be considered as a fail already, in my book. But yeah, we actually got first because it's coming out. I think this year. It's said it's supposed to be coming out this year, and I can't believe it took this long for them to actually release some kind of gameplay footage of Mad Max. But it's already here. You guys can check it out. I'm pretty excited.
And we got quite a lengthy trailer for it, so I guess the wait was worth it.
Yep. The developer speaking over, etc. So.
Yeah. Next up on the agenda, though, we also got an announcement. A game called Submerged. for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. And this is a new game from a very unknown studio. And what do you guys think about this one? This one's Will was saying that you got a more of a brothers feel.
Yeah,
And
because it's a brothers slash Ico sort of feel, I guess.
The
Uh,
art style makes me think Brothers more, but it's a very similar like setup to even the intro of Shadow of the Colossus, where bring hurt person to random place and something.
when I shared this bit of this game like on Facebook or in our site, someone actually this actually feels for him he actually meant it felt more like an eco game. One of the first comments for him it felt like an eco game. Essentially Submerged from what I'm seeing. It's a sibling kind of game. Like it's a sister and a very sick brother, and I guess the gameplay or the game revolves around that. You have to survive this area and take care of your brother. And from when I was reading like the details or the synopsis of it, it's like you have to explore the vast land and then start to scavenge for supplies to keep your brother alive. I don't know how this is gonna play out still. Like the trailer was very. It didn't really show anything aside from how the game would look like. But Submerged, it's already announced. There's no date in it, but if you guys can check out the trailer and yeah,
I just want to see gameplay because this trailer shows me nothing.
like most teasers, I guess it's considered a teaser. Next up, though, another new game, another announcement. The third Overlord. Can I say that?
The third.
Is this considered the third Overlord yet? Yeah.
It's the third Overlord game, and it is a drastic departure from the previous two games.
Yeah, it's officially called Overlord. Overlord Fellowship of Evil.
And if you see the gameplay trailer, it looks a lot like the recent top-down Tomb Raider games, like Temple of Cyrus and the other one, Guardians of the Eternal or something like that. It's basically played from a top-down perspective. It's co-op, and it's like Gauntlet practically. Like that's the
Yeah, it's pretty much 4-player co-op, like Temple of Osiris actually. Yeah.
So that's what it looks like to me, and it is a very drastic departure because Overlord was originally a third-person sort of action/strategy game where you ran around and you had like a bunch of minions following you, and you kind of told them to go wreck stuff and stuff like that, and you literally lorded over this group of minions, doing something. But you could fight yourself as well, and it was good fun.
Was it fun? Because I never bothered actually diving into this franchise, Overlord.
It's got a very British sense of humor. It was good. It was fun. It was not the greatest game ever, but it had enough value to me that I played the first and the second one to completion. So,
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Well, there. Anybody who's actually a big fan of Overlord, we're getting a new one. Moving on, though, on the agenda, another announcement. Actually, it's a lot that actually was announced this week. Ancestors, the Humankind Odyssey. And this game is from the maker or the actual creator of Assassin's Creed.
Who left Ubisoft, by the way?
Yeah, who's not anymore in Ubisoft. He I don't know if it was the first thing he did. Like, he left Ubisoft, I think, in 2010, right after the completion of Assassin's Creed 2. And I don't know what he was doing from then until now, but and they're working with this game called Ancestors, the Humankind Odyssey. It's an episodic game, and it's the way they explained it was kind of weird. It's like you reliving the greatest moments of mankind in a documentary twist. That's how they explain it. Like, you get to see how do I say this? Like, key moments in mankind, like the evolution of mankind, and all the way to present day. It's very weird, like how the creation of the first tools was ever implemented, and all that. I don't know what that means yet. I don't know if this could be. It sounds like an educational thing, but it's a third-person action adventure with survival elements apparently. There's not much. There's no gameplay, right? There's like a small little video of announcement.
No gameplay whatsoever. So again, I'm reserving judgment until I see something.
Yeah, but it's worth mentioning though because it's just the guy who pretty much made Assassin's Creed.
And Assassin's Creed is now a yearly Ubisoft franchise, so the guy's got some talent there.
Yeah.
I know Miggy hates Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed 1 is poop.
I like Assassin's Creed 1.
Game is poop.
This is where me and Mickey don't agree. I like 1. I like 2, and that's where my me enjoying the Assassin's Creed ends.
Well, look, it got to it made enough money that Ubisoft is now like milking it to death. So they put it that way. Like,
yeah, I guess it did well enough to make 2, and that's when it took off.
No, but I'm surprised that the creator of Assassin's Creed actually left after Assassin's Creed 2. I'm like,
Because
became a yearly thing
Ubisoft,
after
I
he
guess.
left. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, what's this called again? Ancestors, the Humankind Odyssey from a studio called Panache Digital Games. I hope I'm not butchering that name though, but yeah, it's been announced. Another one in our agenda. Wow. Speaking of Assassin's Creed Chronicles, China.
That just was released very recently.
Wait, very recently. 21. I'll double check this right now.
22. So last Wednesday.
22. Yeah.
And I'm very curious about it. Like, I think I'm going to put it up on my wish list because it looks like it's back to a side-scrolling. Well, it's side-scrolling, so it's not your typical Assassin's Creed, but it reminds me a lot of the original Prince of Persia, which I love. So
that's what I got when I saw Assassin's Creed Chronicles China. It really felt like the old school Prince of Persia with, I guess, more stealth elements into it.
Right.
And it looks really gorgeous. I mean, it's a 2D plane with like 3D. I think it's a 3D art, so it looks very, very nice. And it's called Assassin's Creed Chronicles. So this is the first of 3. Like the first one is China, and the second one, I'm not too sure if the second one's going to be India or because they announced also India and Russia. Right. So there's going to be 2 more games. I'm not too sure which will come first, either India or Russia.
And that will lead into Assassin's Creed Victory, which is the big release.
Is that what they said? It'll pretty much lead up to that?
Well, I'm assuming that's where it's going to go, because Assassin's Creed Victory is the big release for this year.
Yeah. I can't believe it's called Assassin's Creed Victory. So essentially, we just might have 1, 2, 3, 4 Assassin's Creed this year?
Good lord.
Like, they're really ramping up. I think more Assassin's Creed. Where was that? But I like the art style. It looks pretty cool. So I'll give them that. Will I buy it? We'll see. We will see. All right, moving on. Let's go back to the big. Oh, not really the big, but this one's actually pretty alarming. PT's actually going to leave PSN.
Yes.
And if people who don't know what PT is, that's the interactive trailer that was. I think it came out in Gamescom, or was it in the PlayStation Experience?
Oh God, I don't remember.
PlayStation Experience, I think.
Yeah, I think so because Kojima was there to talk about Metal Gear, and then he surprised everyone saying, "Oh, PT is playable."
Yeah, it's an interactive trailer, and like all the PS4.
Teaser.
Yeah, playable teaser. Sorry, all the PS4 owners can check it out. Like the moment it got announced, people downloaded it, and essentially it was kind of like a first-person horror game,
and
which is really well done.
A lot of people are saying it's one of the best games, quote unquote, on the PS4 to date. Konami's saying it's because the demo thing expires, but obviously we do know that there is a lot of trouble brewing between Konami and Hideo Kojima right now. So whether that has anything to play with it, purely speculation on our part. But you can't say. It does seem a little fishy that it's happening now. So
yeah.
If you don't have PT yet, I would if you don't have PS4, if you have a PS4, just go ahead and get it right now before it's gone. If you don't have a PS4 but you own a PS3, or actually you don't even need a PS3, just sign up for a PlayStation Network account, put it on your download list, and you should be okay.
Yeah, you can do that on your browser. Like I just did that a while ago. So
yeah, and if anybody is wondering when they have to pick it up, I mean, like as soon as possible, because they state that PT will the demo for PT will expire on April 29. So that's when it's going to leave the PSN. So
April 29 being this coming. Well, it might have already happened when you.
If you're listening to this,
Yeah.
it happens tomorrow.
Yeah. So there.
damn it, poor people who haven't been, because it's like I think I have like maybe 2-3 people who bought the PS4, and I suggest them that they download the PT because when someone buys a console, they have like maybe 1 or 2 games or whatever. They don't, and then they kind of burn it out really quick, and they want something to play. I tell them to download PT, and then
I'll tell them it's going to go away forever now. So
Yeah.
No, I know, but my point is like I told them to download it. They played it, and they said, dude, that was amazing. Like they enjoyed the hell out of it. They got their they wet their pants and everything, but it was an awesome experience. The PT though was leading towards the announcement of Silent Hills, which is a game that's being made in Kojima Productions with Hideo Kojima and I'm gonna butcher this name, the Del Toro. What's his first one?
Guillermo del Toro, the guy, the director of Pacific Rim.
Yeah, that was a pair up together with the guy from Walking Dead, the guy with the crossbow. Norman Reedus.
Yes.
Because when you finish that game, you get the reveal. It's called Silent Hills, which is apparently the new Silent Hill game. We don't know what's going on with that, by the way.
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know. Like we said, it's pure speculation. Like this is happening all of a sudden with the PT demo. And then we have no word about Silent Hills, if it's going to be cancelled or it's going to be that. We have no idea. We have nothing.
It's scary.
Only time will tell.
Yep. We gotta wait and see.
Only time will tell. Well, Miggy was actually saying like during the break, like what does Konami have if, for example, Silent Hills disappears and Metal Gear Solid?
They have Metal Gear, and that's it because they don't have.
they have nothing.
They don't have. Oh boy.
It's not a bad. No, that's actually a pretty bad thing. They have Castlevania. No, they don't have Castlevania.
Well, more recently they have been becoming more of a publisher than a developer. So
That's what it feels like. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's
so
actually
that
a good
might
point.
be it. But in terms of what they have like in house, they have nothing.
They have nothing.
Nothing at all.
But the money that will be brought by MGS5 will pretty much keep them alive for like a year at least.
Oh yeah, for sure.
At least for a little while.
For a little while, if they have no follow up or anything. But yeah, PT, any PS4 owner should have PT in their system. Like it's definitely when they say this demo is just as good as a game or any other game you can buy, they're pretty much right. And I highly suggest you guys check it out.
Yeah, and it's not even like what Silent Hills was supposed to be. It's just a concept.
Right.
And it's just a concept. And a lot of people are still saying that I don't think we completely got all the secrets. Like they still think we're missing something in that teaser, like something we haven't figured out. Because there's a lot of like tricks and like secret things in that demo. That to the point where like a lot of people out of the forums or the Reddit people had to like band together and figure it out, especially how to fucking trigger the damn announcement of Silent Hills, which I've only done once. I have to do it. I haven't bothered doing it again. Apparently, it's random. I think I don't know.
We still
Yeah.
have to do our let's play of it actually.
Yeah, you've played it, Will, right? You've done it and you've seen the.
I have it there. I haven't played it yet. I thought I was saving it for me, Miggy, and my girlfriend to go through it because none of us have actually.
Oh yeah, it's just me. Yeah, okay.
Through it yet, so.
But yeah, PT will leave. Well, it's already left. If you guys are listening to this one. Next up is the big news that happened this week, and it's one giving a lot of buzz and a lot of negative reactions. Really, Steam has announced their new policy. They're actually going to be paying. They're actually going to be charging for mods now.
Yeah,
and the first game that will have this feature is Skyrim. Now, again, the mods you see in the games in Steam, like Steam Workshop,
yes, on Steam Workshop.
they're gonna be charging for those items or for those specific content made by mod creators and all that. So I guess like mod creators will definitely they can earn from it, but of course Steam will get a cut out of it.
Right.
And what do you guys think about this in a nutshell? Like Steam charging for mods in a nutshell, just the general idea of it.
I don't understand what their business justification for doing this is, because people have been releasing mods for games for years now without issue. So why suddenly start charging for it? I don't understand that. I'm not getting what if there's something I'm missing here from the big picture. That's my feelings.
But I think it's just them testing the waters because if a couple of them wouldn't mind, it's a win for them. But they're gonna be, I think they're gonna be affecting the community, or they're gonna divide the community.
Absolutely, I have a feeling that the most modders will probably not be very happy with this change. And I think
No, and
we've already heard some companies.
some studios as well. Killing Floor 2.
Yeah, I heard some studios have already said like we don't support this, and any mods made for our games will not be allowed to be paid for mods.
Yep. There's a game that's currently in development which is called Killing Floor 2. They actually changed their EULA, their agreement, and you can all the mods created for Killing Floor 2 supposedly has to be free for the community. You can't charge for them. I think the reaction towards this new change is pretty big. It's pretty overall negative.
But what do you think? It's just like Valve saying like, "Oh, we're wanting to get a piece of the pie," or what? What's the justification here? Like, I'm not really seeing it. You know, that's what I'm not really.
Just to find a way to they're milking the community. That's what it sounds like. They're just milking the community. Why not? Like, they're just hiding the fact that it's not for us. It's for the mod creators to gain money, to actually earn from what they build. And isn't that kind of wrong in a sense, because they're not really building content. They're just adding on, and
yeah,
isn't it just as bad as having DLC? Like, what's the difference now with DLC and mods in a sense? That's just like a cheap way of having people make content for you instead of having some coder or some designer from the actual studio doing it for us.
I know that's true. Like, I guess like people are thinking like, oh, all those dumb Skyrim mods of like Randy Savage, whatever, something. I'm gonna pay like $5 for that. No, that's probably not going to be the case. I'm pretty sure whoever made those mods, it's not going to start asking for money suddenly for it. But it's like the mods where I think people take a significant amount of time to create and drastically change the game or really add something new to the game. Those are the ones that will be charged for. Like, there was one made recently for XCOM. I think it's
they're charged for it. The mod creator. Anybody can charge their mod or their item that they put in their workshop. Anybody. You can. That's what I'm saying. You have an axe, if you made an axe for Skyrim, you can charge for 11 pesos. I've already checked at the Steam. Like, you can buy a mod. You can spend 11 pesos to get that specific axe that this mod creator has created. And some creator can actually put a pay what you want method, where the least amount is 11 pesos, and you can go up to 25 pesos if you want. If you really want to be that generous of a person. So it's up to you if you really want that axe, which I think should be free, because I don't even know if it's going to work for your system or for your game. It might crash it or whatever. But you can spend 20 pesos if you want for that axe, or you can change something. Okay, cool. So I don't know. It's a lot of work for Steam, because if a mod comes in and they start stealing people's creations and say it's my mod, and then they sell it on Steam, and then that's a big problem because they haven't asked permission from the actual creator. Like, there's so many elements or like problems in this charging for mods that if they really want to move forward with this, they have to address. Like, I've already saw an issue where, like I said, they had to pull a specific item because one was posing as the creator when he wasn't the creator at all. And he was earning money for it.
I see. Well,
so there's a lot of problems.
Definitely sounds like they need to learn. They need to police this well. Then, I think. I don't know. I'm not really a type. It doesn't really for me. It doesn't really affect me that much because I rarely play with mods. Very few mods.
I play with mods, like especially the Skyrim or like Fallout, because I don't know. I think Bethesda just purposely fucks up their game and how they develop the game to the point that the mods will fix it anyway. And every time I mod the game to how I want to play it, it just feels much better than the vanilla version of those games. like Skyrim,
That's true.
Morrowind, or
I
Fallout.
know even like the first Dark Souls on PC had a very good mod made available for it that drastically improved it. So definitely there mods, there are mods out there worth worth your time. And I guess I don't know. It's a matter of how they implement it, how they police it. Maybe people are just making a big deal out of nothing. Who knows?
No, I think it's a big problem. 'Cause I'm still trying to. Like, what's the difference with mods that you charge for mods or DLC? Like, what's the difference now? Like, that's my big problem right now. It's actually cheaper to earn money if the mod community is being charged for this, and you get a small cut. I think it's even worse than DLC in a nutshell.
Yeah, and you have a risk of breaking your game even.
Yeah, you have a risk of breaking your game. Mod's supposed to be a fun affair, and you're putting money involved already. It ruins the whole concept of it. Like you're supposed to put Randy Savage dragons around just for
Maybe
chips.
there should be like a rating system before they implement a charge for the mod.
Yes, that would be nice. Because, like I said, like you can have a simple act that might fuck up your PC, or some way, or whatever, and you charge 20 pesos for it or whatever. I don't know. There's a lot of things that they have to work on. What do you guys think, the listeners right now, about Steam charging for mods, especially because they're starting off with Skyrim, and when they announced the whole you have to pay for your mods, they dropped down Skyrim to like 75% off for the weekend, and you can play it for free. And apparently Skyrim is like 500 pesos lang. I didn't know that. Wow. And then they cut off the price for 75% off. Now it's 120 for those who don't have. They can go down to that low for Skyrim, which is an amazing game, by the way. But yeah, what do you guys think about Steam charging for mods or mod creators charging for their work? Do you think are you for it or are you against it? I mean, I don't like the idea at all. It just makes you confused on what's the difference between, like I said, DLC and mods. It's confusing really at this point. And it's like PC is now in the same boat as consoles when it comes to extra content. And god damn it, Steam has a lot of money already in itself, and they still want to do this? Really?
No, but it's not. I don't know if they're doing it so much for themselves as it is to allow the modders to make some money back. I didn't really realize that was such a issue, though.
Are they required to like put a price on the mods, or can they just make it like $0? So technically, it's free.
Yeah, I think it's an option to charge.
If there's an option to charge, then it shouldn't be a problem, because then that would be just up to the modder himself.
Yeah, you can actually filter it from free mods to paid mods. Then it'll be a question of quality already. Like if it's a really nice mod, then you'll just charge $5 for it. I'm like, oh. But in the end, obviously Bethesda's getting a cut, Steam's getting a cut. I don't know. I just don't like it. We'll see.
But if the developers are getting a cut, then that would mean that maybe they'd be open to mods, and then mods would be a bigger thing than it is now.
Then we'll have more broken games.
Yeah.
Because we're fixing it they're doing it for us anyway.
But then you can have like Son Goku in Skyrim and more.
I can already see Assassin's Creed opening the doors for like workshops. Like let's just release Assassin's Creed Unity 2 all fucked up. The mods will fix it anyway. We'll just just charge a couple of them, Like Ubisoft will hire some modders. Like you make a good version of Assassin's Creed Unity, you get a small cut for it. Oh, there. That's less cost.
The bright side would be it would make publishers or companies try to steer away from like cheaping out their DLC or overcharging for something. Because if a mod can do it better for free, then they have to step it up, diba? In the quality of their DLC.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. But not so when we say like they're charging for mods, there's an option now to charge mods.
Yeah, it's not required that they have to charge for anything.
Yeah, just to guys let you know. And the first game that's getting this to get this kind of feature is Skyrim, and I don't know which is next. Maybe I think what's next is gonna be like Left 4 Dead, like the ones that are actually owned by Steam itself or Valve, like Left 4 Dead, Team Fortress, the hats, like a really awesome hat and charge that. Yeah, you got stuff like that. Like Civ 5 also has workshop support. I think Dark Souls has workshop support. There's a lot of wow. It's gonna be Steam is a gold mine right now with its inventory system, the charge mods now, and the trading cards, and the buy and sell of actual. It's weird. Steam has money. and it's just unheard of, really.
Game is God, basically.
It's fun to be a PC gamer. Anyway, that's it for episode 80.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Thanks so much for the user mail. That was fun. I hope we get more, actually.
Yeah. That's actually gave me a wake up. Like, yeah, no, we haven't really talked much about Xbox. That's true. Whoops. But we can't blame Microsoft. Shit, let them. They're not really throwing things out to get us excited. But yeah, thanks for listening, guys. This is episode 80. Wow, we're 80 already, guys. Do check out our previous episodes at www.toomuchgaming.com. That's 2 with a number 2. We got user mail right now. So if you guys want to join in, throw in some questions, weird questions, we would appreciate it if it's video game related questions. So we'll mention it in the next episode. Your thoughts of what happened, or what we talked about this episode. We also want to hear what you guys think. So throw us an email, maybe throw us a tweet, or hit in the comments on Facebook or in our site. So, but if you want to go email, the TMG podcast at gmail.com.
Yep, that's it.
And then there, we also have a YouTube. We technically have some videos up almost every single day at this point, or no, Migs? Every day? No? Yes?
What about every week at the very least? I'm still uploading stuff.
Yeah, this guy's a machine. He just releases of that video. But yeah, you can check out all our video footage, all our interviews, all our game reviews, and all that on the TMG blog at YouTube. So go check that out. If you haven't yet, we're in iTunes, we're in Podomatic. Do subscribe so you can check out on the latest episodes of the TMG podcast. Every Tuesday, we have one every week. Yes, we do this every week, every time. All about video games. For a good hour or an hour 30, whatnot.
Yep.
But yeah, that's it. That's episode 80. We will see you guys next week. And next week will be pretty much the week Pacquiao loses or wins. I don't know.
It's true.
That's what it is, right?
Next week or the week after, pa?
Oh, this is April 27. This is the last episode for April. And the first thing that will happen in May is pretty much the Pacquiao-Mayweather fight. So we'll talk about that because I'm sure there's someone playing, Fight Night, and then, that's the connection for video games, I guess. But yeah, next week. I'll see you guys next time.
Bye.